all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem,
Praise
double honor to the apostles, great well. Salutations to all your Occams out there pushing the truth in sincerity. And salutations to all your Occams listening in silence, as the scriptures say. This is Children of the Light with another open forum. I'm Kara. With the brother Yahweh Kana and brother Yashar. And this is year 2020, year to turn up, you know, 20 part 2, you know. So y'all get ready for y'all second dose of the booster shot. That was a joke.
Yeah, kind of. So yeah, hold on, my bad. Yeah, Con, so you can hear me, cuz?
Loud and clear.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we start right off, and a lot of Akims out there that have that vision, Fossils of Great Millstone. And I had one about, 2.5 weeks ago? Yeah, about 2.5 weeks, about 3 weeks ago? Anyway, 3 weeks ago. So just to highlight it a little bit, I was walking with some fine little Issacharite, and she was dressed like tomboyish, but she looked good. And we strolling, looked like a suburban neighborhood. And as we walking, I hear like war behind me. So I keep looking back, and she like, oh, just keep walking. So we keep walking, and I look ahead, and I see the street look like it's like flooded. And she like walking towards it, and I'm like, well, don't you see the street flooded? We can't keep walking that way. And she like, oh, don't worry about it. It's okay. It ain't that deep. And I'm like, do you hear that noise? And I look behind me again, and I can swear I hear war. So then she started to walk herself into the water, and I went behind her and grabbed her. And as I grabbed her, she changed into a man. So she changed to a man. I let her go, and she turned around. And when he turned around, it was Elder Tar. So I like almost stood at attention. So he was like, what you doing? And I was like, nothing. He was like, teaching the truth, right? And I'm like, yeah. He was like, well, go teach the truth. And I was like, oh, okay. And I turned around and walked the other way, like, let me go get busy. And, just to share that dream vision that you are out there. So it's happening to a lot of us. So that was my little testimony. Of course, I got a scripture behind it. Well, I got two of them. This Job 33:15. In a dream, in the vision of a night, when deep sleep falls upon man and slumbering upon the bed, then he opened the ears of man and seal up their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. And that's what that was. Like, no matter what you are can do in your personal life, you're bearing your cross, the message is you have to go feed the flock. It's a 6:18. He keepeth back his soul from the pit and his life from perishing from the sword. He is chastised also with pains upon his bed, and the multitude of his bones with strong pain. So just to fast forward up to another vision I had after currently being here in Seattle, I looked out the window, and this was like 3 days ago. I looked out the window, and the city went black, because I'm in the city, so it went black. And I'm like, oh shit, the city black. And once the city went black, I looked up and I started seeing all these chariots appear. And they dotting up the sky, and they all multiple kinds of colors. Orange, blue, red, and the colors are like rotating on some of them. And I'm like, them the chariots. And then a big one came, and the big one was like in the center. And when I seen that, I was like, oh shit, yeah, we finna be up out of here. Then I woke up and I looked out into the city, and I said, oh no, we finna be up out of here. So, and all that day, I had that feeling of my bones being like cream. It took me like, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours to shake that feeling. And I never felt that feeling. I felt it before having dreams of waking up, but it faded away. But this time it stayed for at least an hour or two. So I'm gonna do my second one real quick. I'm gonna let you Akims in. This is second Exodus 10 and 59. Yeah, 10 and 59. And so shall the highest show these visions of the high things which the Most High will do unto them that dwell upon the earth in the last days. So I slept that night, and another, basically like another. I slept that night, and another, as he commanded me. So what I forefather Esdras seen and experienced, us Akims are fulfilling that. What Acts 2, they shall put his spirit upon all flesh.
Uh,
So if you Akims want to say something, that's about.
I had a question when you were speaking about the chastisement. Hebrews 12:6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chastens and scourge every son whom he received. If ye endure chastening, God dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. And that's why the Yakin said that you know he, when he saw the when he had the vision and the woman turned around and it was the elder, and the elder was like, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Because the Heavenly Father always, he pay attention to us doing something too much or whatever the case may be, and he deal with us accordingly, and like Akim said, he sent visions as well too. That's beautiful.
Yeah, God.
I got precepts on that if I can elaborate. Going off with the Rashi being involved. Y'all can hear me good?
Huh.
Yeah.
Being involved in the chastisement, the Lord having that special type of tender mercy and love for his elect men, especially because we the leaders of the pack, in this world. You go to 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 2. It says, what you gonna take with 4. Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Yahweh HaMashiach, and the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, right? Because as we get into these days, brothers are waking up all everywhere, all different types of supernatural things, whether it be saved from saved from death, saved from injuries, whether it be blessings, you feel me, all types of things. Same commit thou faith, and who shall be able to teach others also. Thou therefore endure hardness as soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach. Like I had to listen like a few months back. We're the Lord's army. We're his portion. We don't see these things.
What'd you say, Yashar? Say it again.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, y'all just speak loud though.
Okay, I got you. Did y'all hear all right, let me start it over. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 2. Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Yahweh HaMashiach, and the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses. Right. And I was saying because we got icons all everywhere, waking up and experiencing these supernatural events, whether it be dreams or whether it be different blessings that the Lord has brought upon us, or whether it be being saved from the trials of death, man, because we walk in the valley of the shadow of death, you feel me? Being in this America that we in, The same commit thou to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. Like I did a lesson a few months ago, we're the Lord's portion. We're his army, you know. The elect men, we make up the Lord's army.
Con.
Just for verification, y'all can hear me on there, right?
Yeah, you was good.
All right, okay, cool. I'm just gotta get the sound check good. Oh man,
Are we good to go?
The Lord angered himself with respect to his life that he may please him.
There's something going on with the audio.
Is it okay? Is it there?
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you clear now.
Okay, because I'm gonna just keep these headphones up.
Yeah, keep them out because I can hear you now.
Okay. All right, y'all, if you want to pull up 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 4. That way we can just go off of that way.
All right. 2 Timothy 2 and 4. No man doth entangle himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who has chosen him to be a soldier.
Right, and going off of hopefully, you know, y'all heard what I was saying, and for the brothers who watching, hopefully y'all heard what I was saying before that. But we got the calling, and we got the calling to be a part of the Lord's army. So we're gonna experience these type of things, you know what I'm saying, and we're gonna be the first ones that he allows to see it, you know what I'm saying? Because the 2/3, they ain't, man, they showing a dream like that or something, that shit just goes over the ear and flies by, you know what I'm saying? It ain't that important to them.
Yeah, Con. That's why he say, and if a man also strive for mastery, yet is he not crowned except he strive lawfully.
Yep. Because we don't
So
know.
you can't be pulling the car remove out in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
That niggerish shit and all them rap videos and Passover after parties and all that shit, and they waxing worse and worse. You can't merge secular Babylon the Great into Hebrew Israelism, according to vocab alone, because that's what the fuck y'all doing.
See, Karat, that's exactly what I was talking about when you had sent me those videos. I'm like, damn, man, he talking about he trying to hold on to his life before the truth and combine it with his life in the truth. And then you rapping about, this nigga said I'm selling zip. I went from selling zips now flipping scripts to scripts. Like, you can't balance, you know what I'm saying, the life being outside of the truth with the life being in the truth. Niggas either you can't be hot and cold.
Yeah, con. Yeah, that lukewarm shit. Matter of fact, Karal, you want to get that lukewarm form? Because I'm gonna do this. I got this other one for him. Ecclesiasticus 2 and 11. For the Lord,
Salaki.
Yeah, 1 second. For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiving sins and saveth in time of affliction. Woe be to the filthy heart and faint hands, and the sinner that goes 2 ways. See that? Because you doing the Israelite thing and pumping out all them 5-hour lessons, 2 hours, thinking that's covering up for your Instagram niggerisms and all that shit. It said, woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended. Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will you do when the Lord shall visit you? They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways. Like, and that's why we say double honors to the apostles, great millstone that rule well, because they them examples. They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasant unto him, not go along with the masses. And they that love him shall be filled with his law. They that fear the Lord will prepare their heart, meaning your mind, and humble their soul in his sight, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of man, for as his mercy is, so, damn, my bad. 18, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of man, for as his majesty is, so is his mercy. I got called Jeremiah. And that's really it. That's what we're looking for, not to get a little crew.
Exactly. That's why the scriptures say, humble yourself in the sight of the Lord. You know? You want me to pull out that? You want me to bring out that?
Yeah, kind. Yeah, the Hebrews.
Revelation 3 and 15.
Oh no, I thought it was Hebrews 1 and 2. Oh, I get it. No, that ain't them. I think it was 2 on them.
The lukewarm.
Oh yeah, my bad. I had another one that about. Okay, I got to mix it up.
Revelation 3 and 15. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth.
Yeah, you sure?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, that's what you were saying about how they doing it, but then doing this when you see, because when you watch it, you're a young guy. I'm pretty sure you watching, you seeing two different things. Like, okay,
Right, like that ain't even cool. You know what I'm saying? Can't play the real and the fake.
but that'd be
I got another quick precept, Ecclesiasticus 20 and 31. Better is he that hideth his folly than a man that hideth his wisdom. And the way y'all moving is not wise, you know, because you got rap battles and shit going on, you know, with the fringes on, you know, drinking $200 liquor bottles and rapping and capping. And that if that's what you do on your own time, that's what you do on your own time. But when you know, linking that with the ministry, you know, that's not showing no wisdom at all. You know, you got your folly all out in the streets, you know. And you got a lot of young Akims coming in and thinking this is how it's supposed to be, you know. I could be a nigga and an Israelite at the same time, and you can't do both. You can't serve two masters, you know. You can't be of the world.
yeah, because why they doing that? They not doing this. 5 and 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord and put not off from day to day. And I'm pretty sure all that jet setting and traveling and this video shoot and that takes away from studying, researching, and making sure the foundation is with your men. Put not from day to day, and suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thou security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. Set not thy heart upon goods ungodly gotten, for they shall not profit thee in the day of calamity. And that's that glamour that's catching everybody with these not just Israelite groups, but the whole world.
And then you got brothers out here, you know, carrying guns and knives and shit, you know, on the highways and byways. You know, you bringing a lot of negative attention to the ministry. And 2 Corinthians 6 and 3, give no offense in anything that the ministry be not blamed. You know, you're not doing that. You know, you trying to merge the streets, hip hop, gang mentality into this truth, and it don't mix. You can't mix oil and water. It don't work.
Right. What's that where it said a false balance is an abomination to the Lord? I'll go ahead and get that. Oh, Shalaki, I said Romans. It's Proverbs chapter 11, verse 1. A false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. When pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly is wisdom. You see that?
Right.
Niggas get real proudful when they go and buy $40,000-$50,000 Mercedes Benzes and shit. Just get real proudful when they all on the internet, you know what I'm saying, clubbing and shit and getting tens of thousands of views and shit. But with the lowly, which is us, and not just our account, but many other Akims out there that's doing the work, you know what I'm saying, and keeping the low, maintaining the, you know what I'm saying, you know, being a lowly man of God, man. Not seeking too much and being thankful for what you have and understanding what's going on in these times.
Not only that though, you know, like you said, being prideful, you know, they when the elders get on them for doing something wrong, they get mad and all in their feelings and then want to, you know, put up a lot of videos, you know, disrespecting the same people that gave you the knowledge that you know. You know what I'm saying? Like we all learn from GMS, you know. Instead of you just correcting where you went wrong at, you know, you get upset, you get in your feelings, and then you want to post these videos on social media about the apostles, you know, calling them out their names or what the case may be. You know, and the scriptures say we're supposed to give double honors to our elders.
Yeah, Con, I got one after that. Really, I got two. But that's cool because Psalms 21:8, thou hand shall find out all thou enemies. Thou right hand shall find out those that hate thee. So, you know, whether it's the Illuminists, which the Akim did a hell of a job showing how they doing the transcripts with us, to niggas trying to have their own hidden agenda, like you said, and throw their shots. It say, thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thy anger. The Lord shall swallow them up in his wrath, and the fire shall devour them. Their fruit shall thou destroy from the earth, meaning they children, and their seed from among the children of men. This even go all the way to the elitists. To say, for they intend evil against thee, they imagine a mischievous device. And that's a new world order. Starting with that what? RFID chip. That which they are not able to perform. And this 1 Thessalonians 4:11. Okay, this 1 Thessalonians 4:11. This 1 Thessalonians 4:11. And that ye study to be quiet, and Yashard is going to your point, and that ye study to be quiet and to do your own business and to work with your own hand as we command you, that ye may walk honestly towards them that are without, and that ye may have lack of nothing. And that's how you're supposed to be in this truth. Study to be quiet, do your own work, not all flashy and flamboyant.
Right.
All them cult of personalities and all that extra shit. And do your own work, nigga. Work with your own hands. Not make 50 breakdown of $9.99 of a site on the backlog that people can come and get breakdowns when the apostles gave you all of it. And we still and they still doing it and us outside.
Second Chronicles 7:14. If my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven. And the point is, if my people which call by my name shall humble themselves, pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land. But the point is, you got to humble yourself, man. If y'all want to be, America's next top best rapper or, rap group, do that on your own time. Don't involve that with the ministry. Because you got a lot of people going off, man. You got a lot of people sincere about this truth, and they just babes in this truth. They're not getting the right nourishment and nutrients with the milk that you're giving them.
Let me get this St. John, because it ain't just them. It's St. John 17 and 8. For I have given unto them the words which thou hast given me, and they have received them, and have known surely that I have came out from thee, and they have believed that thou didst send me. I pray for them, I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine, and all minds are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them. And now I am no more in the world, but these are in the world, and I come to thee, Holy Father, keep through thy own name those whom thou hast given me, that they may be one as we are. So ain't nobody break it. If you belong to God, all the things that's why it's so many. And I know people personally that's the first thing that they told me, that man, the only reason why I can't really deal with the Israelite thing is because, man, remember, it's all these different church denominations, and I was confused. Now then, man, went on the computer and there's all these different Israelites, and I'm even more confused. So no, I'm straight. I'm like, all right.
How you gonna say something like that and you ain't even give it a chance? You know what I'm saying?
But that's cause of this. It's I want to start. No, that ain't there. I'll pass. Yeah, I'll pass because I thought that was that. Changes they don't follow. I'm trying to catch the point on this one. Yeah.
I can see why he backed off, because like the scripture said, we all supposed to say the same thing, and depending on which Israelite camp you run into, you can run into a lot of confusion. Even now, like, being in the truth for the short period of time I've been in the truth, when I watch other videos outside the apostles, you know, you get different breakdowns. You know, like the Sabbath situation. You know, everybody's saying you could pop. The other camps were saying you could pop your woman on the Sabbath. You know, and right, see. So you know that's probably a person that's clicking on different camp videos. You know, you watch a little HOI videos, IS UPK, ran across some GMS brothers, or just some brothers that's out there that really ain't one of the under the one of the banners of the known camps. You know, so it can be just as confusing as the Christian church.
Yeah, con. And this what catch me. It's John 10:25. Yahweh shall answer them. I told you, and ye believe not. The words that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me. But ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep. As I have said unto you, my sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. And that's what when the apostles speak, that's through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shah. And when them other Israelites come with a doctrine, that's not Yahweh Shah doctrine. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. And I give unto them eternal life. Because who did Sakari them learn from?
GMS.
All right then. Same man we talking about. And they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand. That's why none Sakari gonna do, gonna stop the true followers from getting truth, or Nate, or any church. My Father which giveth them me is greater than all, and no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand. I and my Father are one. So that's why they're trying to get that little money back.
Huh.
I might as well get that, because that's what they own. They trying to grab that little money bag real quick.
Right, merchandising the truth.
I got some real quick. I'll put this phone on that. Both of you know for 2%. But Jeremiah chapter 14.
Jeremiah 14.
Jeremiah 14 and what?
15, 14 and 15.
Huh.
Okay, yeah, Karab, you want to get Jeremiah 14 and 15?
I got it out.
All right, Con. I hope this phone on
You want me to start at 14 or just 15?
14.
Then the Lord said unto me, the prophets prophesied lies in my name. I sent them not, neither have I commanded them, neither spake unto them. They prophesied unto you a false vision and divination, and a thing of naught, and the deceit of their heart, which is the deceit of their mind.
That's why you get on, you know what I'm saying? A motherfucker make it look good, like, oh, GMS, the bad guys, and the elders be talking bullshit, and the elders just some crazy old men. Man, they using their words and they false prophecies in what they get into. They using that to deceive the minds and hearts of other brothers and sisters out there watching. You know what I'm saying? And you want to continue with 15?
Therefore, thus said the Lord concerning the prophets that prophesy in my name, and I sent them not. Yet they say, sword and famine shall not be in this land. By sword and famine shall those prophets be consumed.
Right. And whether you got ones that's you know what I'm saying, like IUIC who would tell you something like that, or you got motherfuckers who they'll tell you, well, we know, you know what I'm saying, sword and famine and war gonna come, but we still, you know what I'm saying, trying to turn up and do it. We know about the prophecies, but we still gonna try to have shit popping off in this world. Nah, man, you know what I'm saying? We gotta be 100% like the Lord wants.
Or to tell you to take the jab, or don't mention the charagma, you know.
Yeah.
I got a quick precept, Revelation 22 and 18. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book, if any man shall add unto these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book. Because if you telling somebody they could pop their woman on the Sabbath, you know you taking away and you adding. You can't take away without adding something to it. You know. And another
Oh no, you good now. I was listening to y'all going on too.
Proverbs 27 and 5. Open rebuke is better than secret love. You know, faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. You see what I'm saying? And we not enemies. We're not trying to say you brothers ain't gonna make it. We just saying do the right thing. You know?
And y'all Kanan, that's even going into that video that you had sent earlier, running on fake friends.
Yeah, Khan.
And watching out for those type of people, especially, you know, different brothers you may meet. You know what I'm saying? Like I even had my my barber, he's in the truth. He was like, man, one of these brothers hit me up on Facebook, reaching out for a little donation. I had sent him like a couple $100, and nigga ain't never text me back. And I'm like, damn, nigga, just scam a nigga using the truth, man. Cause that shit foul.
Yeah, Khan. And you see that? They'll never think that type of testimony will come to the light. And see, I guess they never thought that would come to the light. And see, and you see how you really can't do nothing against the truth, only for it. But you see what they works are being manifested.
Mm-hmm.
I got one real quick. This Matthew's. I'm gonna do the breakdown first, then go to it. This Luke 8 and Luke 8 and 10. And he said, unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of God, but to the others in parables, that seeing they might not see, and hearing that they might not understand. And we seeing that. Now the parable is this: the seed is the word of God. Those by the wayside are they that hear, then cometh the devil and take away the word out of their heart, lest they should believe and be saved. They on the rock are they which, when they hear, receive the word with joy, and these have no root, which for a while believe, and in time of tribulation fall away. And that which fell among thorns are they which, when they have heard, go forth and are choked with cares and riches and pleasures of this life, and bring more to perfection. Yeah. Okay, I was about to say something.
Yeah, I say there you go, because you know you fell among thorns because you too caught up in the fast life, you know, the women, the money, the jewelry, the fame. Man, you get your reward in the end, man. Endure to the end.
Mm-hmm.
Not right here, not right now.
No man, when he have lighted a candle, covereth it with a vessel, or putteth it under a bed, but sitteth it on a candlestick, that they which enter in may see the light. Yeah, Khan. And you said that's your favorite?
No, it's my.
One more time, I ain't hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you felt what happened?
For sure.
Okay. He probably had a bad connection or something. But okay, just because he shall come back. Um, all right. So yeah, like Yashar was about to say, you know, which I think he's about to say. I'm just gonna finish it off. You know, Satan, principality of the air, always there. But the cares and the riches of this world does those things, and we witness those things, and those things will be manifested. So since that Akim came and did that little sneak, little move, and got that little money from the little Akim and kept it moving on his website, now that Israelite got Yashar now
Huh.
to clean up these niggas' mess. So, because I'm pretty sure he had some questions, that's why he even felt even inclined to even donate.
Huh.
So when the Akim come back, because Satan knew I was going, you know what I'm saying, bring that in on the Akim.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he went on and clipped him. So, you know, make sure he get that message. But anyways, Luke 8:13. They on a rock are they which when they hear receive the word with joy, and these have no root, which for a while believe, and the time of temptation fall away. And they which fell among thorns are they which when they hear go forth and are choked with cares and riches and pleasures of this life, and bring no fruit to perfection. But that on the ground, on the good ground, are they which in a honest and good heart. See that?
Huh.
That guy who took that $200-300 and fled, that ain't no honest and good heart.
Nah.
And look who he just happened to be a part of. But
Ran
that
ran
when
off
they,
with the brother's money. Huh.
yeah, and all he was trying to do is donate because you even said a good enough word, like a Baptist preacher, to will him in and then flee. 15, but they, yeah, how far was that? I'm gonna start
Read that.
15. Yeah, I'm gonna start 8 and 15. Luke 8 and 15. I'm only going at 17. But that on a good ground are they which in an honest and good heart, having heard the word, keep it and bring forth fruit with patience. Them guys ain't got no patience, cuz. That's why they got all them gimmicks, all them shows, all that, because they trying to rack up as many followers as they can with as many script lines as they can. They playing politics. It's no man when he have lighted a candle covereth it with a vessel and put it under a bed, but sitteth it on a candlestick, that they which enter it may see the light. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. And that's what they found out. And they found it out. Take heed therefore how you hear, for whosoever have, to him shall be given. And whosoever have not, for him shall be taken even that which he seemeth to have. And that's for you disappear lukewarm Israelites that the Akims was talking about earlier. Wintertime, you know, we're around, but then soon next 3 weeks from now, camp's gonna be everywhere.
Seasonal Israelites. Hard time.
Yeah, come.
You know. And then say out your own mouths, you keep the laws perfectly. You know?
Right. And then you notice how they keep switching to different topics, like they just poking at things.
Con.
And then once the elders come and reprove them, you notice they'll skip it and go to something else.
Yep.
They try to act like that never happened.
Right. Then they get butthurt and get mad. Somebody called them out. Man, this not a popularity contest, man. This is about waking up the elect. What the Apostle Paul say, I do everything for the sake of the elect, for the elect's sake. This is what it's about, waking up the hopefully elect so we can go on and get up out of this place. You know? Not so we could turn up, pop women, pop bottles, hit the club after the Passover, you know?
Yeah, kind. That's why Ecclesiastes 23:19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of man, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of man and considering the most secret parts. See that? So he know that you want to be this rap, the next rap mogul of Israel, Kanye West of Israel. I'm pretty sure y'all got them nicknames amongst y'all. So,
Time.
um,
Don't you think if he wanted a rapper, he'll have somebody that's already, you know, with the following and people, he'd grab Jay-Z or somebody like that, you know, Lil Baby or somebody already.
right, here you come, Johnny, come late. Okay, Ecclesiastes 23:20. He knoweth all things, even they were created. So also after they were perfected, he looked upon them all. This man shall be punished in the street of the city, and where he suspect not, he shall be taken. Thou shalt it go. Well, I'm gonna leave that one. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one. So yeah, punished in public.
Exactly.
This ain't nothing to be playing with.
Ecclesiastes 12:14. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be bad. You know, so man, you can try to hide the hand all you want to, man, but it's gonna be revealed. You know, the man taking account of everything. He know your heart.
Yeah, kind. That's why I said he searched out everything. So we got famine and wars and pestilence and swords and everything flying around here. We got Nate come out of nowhere talking about, yeah, Jacob's trouble. I'm like, what?
Right. He
Where you
backpedaling now. Now he backpedaling. You know, not too long ago they were telling their people go and get waxed. You gotta eat, right? Or would that take the carotid?
Yep. Gotta eat.
Time is short, man. It's time to tighten up.
Yeah,
If you truly
this,
believe, you know, it's time to tighten up.
yeah, that's what I was gonna read. Joel 3:19. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty man. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Want to elaborate on who got strong, cuz? On why China?
Yeah, the other nations, the Asians, and even the Assyrians. You know, Iran, shall I say? Because all of them have nuclear capability now. You know.
Yeah, India.
India, right.
Say, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathens, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause thou mighty ones to come down, O Lord, and them the angels. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is damn, I forgot the name of her. Howard Chapat in Mountain of Truth. For there, yeah, Mountain of Truth. It said, "For there will I set to judge all the heathens round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe." And that's the expression that you was just given right before I started reading this. How the seriousness of times we living in. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get ye down, for the press is full, the fat overflow, for their wickedness is great.
Yeah. Man, this place is finished.
Okay. But that's why Amos 3 and 3. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up out of the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. Yeah. So why Jake? But guess what? Guess what? The number one joke to Jake them right now.
Oh, that motherfucking Will Smith shit with the Chris Rock at the Oscars.
Yeah. You're right. That's a distraction. But the war with Russia and America, that's some white boy stuff. They ain't worried about that.
Right, you better be worried. Because you don't know these scriptures. You don't know these scriptures. And your pastor and who's ever teaching you can't show you these things. That's why you don't know. You know,
because it goes back to what you said. The war that's going on in Ukraine and Russia is directly tied to our salvation. So it's directly tied to what you got going on.
Everything you got going on.
Right. That's why it's affecting you at an alarming rate. And right now, everybody scrambling. Because I got a phone call talking about, oh, we just need a little for some gas and this and that and this and that. I'm like, oh, okay.
Isaiah 13 and 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, and this is the Russians. And who is against? It's against the Babylon, the daughter of Babylon.
Why you think Babylon is scrambling about that fertilizer situation?
You know? Why you think
because didn't Russia just say don't send no weapons to help Ukraine? Who the first person came out openly and said not only they sending weapons, but they gonna help other people send the weapons? Who said that?
Right. Babylon the Great.
America, right. Babylon the Great. So guess what? Why you think Russia said, so since you want to come indirect, let us come indirect. Let's see what you're going to do with them food prices.
Mm-hmm. And this is Psalms 137 and 7. Remember, O Lord, and I'm just reading verbatim, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof, O daughter of Babylon. See, that's talking about Edom, who are to be destroyed, shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. So that's showing you that this place is Babylon the Great.
Don't it say happy?
What say
Don't it say happy?
It say happy shall he be.
Yeah.
That reward thee as thou hast served us. Happy he shall be that taketh and dashes thy little one against the stones.
Right.
And I was just going as, you know, because
and that's biblical.
because Isaiah 13 and 18 said, their bows also shall dash the young man to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children.
Yeah, that's them ICBM missiles that shot off. That's that hyper. You want to pull it up for them, cuz how that look, so we can update Jake on the hyper supersonic missile that Russia got. Even if you got to pull up the little cartoon of the difference of an ICBM missile, an intercontinental ballistic that go up in the sky, to this new hypersonic that only they got. Yeah, let's see that. Hypersonic, right, perfect. Let me shut up. I got a scripture too behind it.
Intercontinental ballistic missiles, or ICBMs, have become the ultimate deterrent in the defense arsenals of the US, UK, Russia,
Now the ultimate weapon.
countries. This produced the doctrine of MAD, or mutually assured destruction, where if there was a nuclear conflict, no one would come out a winner. But as anti-ballistic missile systems, or ABMs, have become better in recent years, there is the belief that at some point a first strike by a country with a fully developed ABM system could lead to a winnable nuclear conflict if the retaliatory strike could be neutralized. However, in the last decade or so, a new class of hypersonic weapons has been in development that promises to be able to not only deliver a warhead to a target in record time, but also to do it in such a way as to make it almost impossible to shoot down. So how do hypersonic missiles compare to the decades-old tech of ICBMs, and are they really any better?
You hear that? Decade-old ICBM. See, we're dealing with new age weapons of the Most High.
Which is following a path under the force of gravity. A bullet fired from a gun or a bomb is one which is, look at the ICBMs, and the clue is in the name, intercontinental ballistic missile. A ballistic object is one which is following a path under the force of gravity. A bullet fired from a gun or a bomb dropped from a plane are examples of ballistic weapons. Once they've been fired or released, they follow a predictable trajectory. An ICBM is no different. If one is launched from one point on the Earth's surface and aimed at another point, maybe thousands of kilometers away, it will follow the same.
Don't that look like a bow when you shoot an arrow?
Each time. It will launch up into space, the launch phase, fly through space.
Let me hit a scripture real quick. Could you just pause? Yeah, good. We need to let this play a little bit. This Jeremiah 50 and 25. It say the Lord has opened his armory and has brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord God of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. It say, come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left.
God. That's why this place is going to be inhabited by devils, which is, you know, snakes and desert creatures, desert animal creatures, Komodo dragons, you know, stuff like that. Let me keep playing it.
Yeah, you want me to get that real quick?
Time.
This Isaiah. I know it's Isaiah 34 and like 4. I can't see it real quick. Hold on, my bad. Damn. Hold on. I got you. Come on, 2 letters. Isaiah. I said 34 and 4. Isaiah 34:4. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off the vine, and as a fallen fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven, behold, it shall come down upon Idumean and upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood, is made fat of fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord has a sacrifice in Bosnia and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Hold on, I'm trying to cut to it. 10. It shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation, it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. But the Comarup and the bittern shall pass it, the owl also, and the raven shall dwell in it. And he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness. And them the animals, cuz, that you're speaking of. You want to put in a cormorant?
Cormorant.
COR MORANT. And where them animals located at right now? Could they survive? You might want to hit the Wikipedia on them. Yeah, snatched away.
It says cormorants nest in colonies around the shores, on trees, hillsides of cliffs. Hold on. Let me go to it means a pungent bird found to dive.
Where is that?
Let me pull it back up. So they basically sea ravens. It says it says the cormorant is the Cornish name of the sea giant in a tale of Jack the Giant Killer. Indeed, sea raven or analogous terms, which was usual terms for cormorants in Germanic languages until later the Middle Ages. French explorer Andre.
Yeah, it's gonna be, yeah, because I looked up the bittern and it came up the same thing. So these birds can be everywhere.
They made
because it came up the same thing. Go ahead, cuz.
Yeah, they could pretty much survive anywhere.
Yeah, because that's how the bittern, the next, but the cormorant 11 and the bittern shall possess it, and that's another bird. I looked it up. and it's to say the same thing. And the owl also, and we know what the owl is, and the raven, we know what the raven is. They show the raven in what? What's that? The movie with the broad, with the T virus.
Resident Evil.
Yeah, kind of. Shall stretch. They say the owl also, Isaiah 34:11, but the cormorant and the veteran shall possess it. The owl also, and the raven shall dwell in it, and he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion, because you ain't gonna know where Texas to Wisconsin is, or Illinois. And the stone of emptiness. They shall call the nobles thereof to the kingdom, but none shall be there, because they're gonna have them bunkers and gonna come get them. And all her princes shall be nothing, and thorns shall come up in her places, needle and bristles in the forests thereof, and it shall be an habitation of dragons and a court of owls. The wild beast of the dragon shall also meet with the wild beast of the islands. And the stray shall cry to his fellows. The screeching owl also shall rest there and find for herself a place of rest. So the other scripture. Go ahead.
Right, because you know, those devils, those dragons, the owls gonna be there because they eat those creatures, little lizards, you know, snakes, you know, they feast on those.
Yeah, that was symbolic, and this is the precept to bring it to life, because church got y'all thinking fairy tale. So now y'all know the precept to when in Revelation when it says the dragon's gonna be there, and they told y'all and they showed y'all Constant. Pull up that Constantine real quick. This is what they think. Pull up that Constantine when he went to hell, because this is what they think. You know what I'm talking about? The hell scene with Constantine. Watch this. That's what they think. That's why you got to get that precept Isaiah 34. They precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. That's why we told y'all playtime over with. Remember the apostles just said it? You're doing your lessons, make sure you're doing what? Edifying. Because you notice we ain't got all them gimmicks. There we go. See, that's what they thought. It's gonna be like that.
It's gonna look like that. Right here. Right here. You know?
Yeah. Hey, here go Hollywood.
And it's beautiful Yak said what he said, because like he said, the Christian church didn't taught you this, you know, but 2 Corinthians 10:4, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations. And and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of power, and bring into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach. See, so the point is casting down imaginations.
Yeah, that's an imagination right there that you're witnessing. Because we just read it's going to be owls, ravens, dragons, and that's the precept. The Isaiah 34 is the precept to the one in Revelation. What's the one in Revelation?
18:2.
That's it. We ain't even got to read it because they put that together. So now y'all know the precept to Revelation 18. It's Isaiah 34, 1 through 14, 16. There we go. So bam, bada bing. That's the power. That's the majesty. So we move forward to what's really finna happen. And let's roll the credits. Let's show them what they really better get ready for.
Exactly.
Then the payload will detach and the warheads and possible decoys will then fall to their assigned targets, the descent phase. Because the ICBMs fly high, they can be easily observed with radar and space-based tracking. It's in the mid-course phase, when they're in space, that they are most vulnerable, and their trajectory can be worked out for ABMs to intercept them. Whilst this is doable, it's still extremely difficult and has been described as like trying to shoot a bullet with a bullet. The US has spent decades in developing ABM systems, and it's only in the last few years that they could say they had a workable solution, but it can only deal with a small number of incoming missiles at once, and it's strategically placed to intercept maybe 2 or 3 coming in through the Pacific from North Korea. Now imagine that you could launch a missile that would travel as fast as an ICBM, but instead of having it just fall from space onto its target, it could fly like a cruise missile and take evasive action. This now becomes virtually unstoppable with current ABM systems, and is exactly what the Russians and the Chinese are doing, because they believe that if the US can make its ABM systems tackle a much greater number of missiles...
Hold on, go back. Pause. See that? Who did they say had it?
Russia and China.
Oh, but we just be making stuff up though. See that? Let the weak say I'm strong. Now y'all understand out there why they making they move. So let's roll the credits. Let's roll back a little bit for the ones who act like they didn't hear it, and then we'll roll through it.
And is exactly what the Russians and the Chinese are doing, because they believe that if the US can make its ABM systems tackle a much greater number of missiles, the balance of power would shift to the US and allow it to make a first strike, knowing that it would destroy any missiles sent in retaliation. There are 2 categories of hypersonic weapons: hypersonic glide vehicles and hypersonic cruise missiles. Hypersonic glide vehicles work a bit like an ICBM in that they are launched from a rocket into space, but then they descend to the top of the atmosphere and use the shockwave created by the body of the craft in a phenomenon known as compression lift to skim.
And pause it real quick.
Then, as it nears the target, it drops.
You notice how, man, Yahushua cold, man. Why Yahushua had them go from arrow, right, to the modern day arrow, right, with the same type of, you know, long tube. You know how like the arrow got the long tube, right? To make, no, it's cool. It's cool. Ain't nothing good. He went,
year or so.
Yeah, just, you know, you already know you're gonna put the spirit on how you put us right back. But not only did Yahushua have it where it followed the same make and model of the Arrow, the ICBM missile, right?
Con.
But you notice the newest thing better than that is what? An arrowhead.
There it is, right there.
That's all that is. That's an arrowhead
Con.
without the stick part on it.
Exactly. Or the tail.
There we go. That's an arrowhead.
Categories of hypersonic weapons: hypersonic glide vehicles and hypersonic cruise missiles. Hypersonic glide vehicles work a bit like an ICBM in that they are launched from a rocket into space, but then they descend to the top of the atmosphere and use the shockwave created by the body of the craft in a phenomenon known as compression lift to skim across it. Then, as it nears the target, it drops down and acts like a steerable hypersonic glider, which makes it much more difficult to target by an anti-missile defense system. Hypersonic cruise missiles can also be launched on a
Oh, I got one real quick.
Instead of going into space, they fly through.
You know how they said it's gonna be way, you see how it was avoiding the radars? It wouldn't even get in the range of the radar sphere for it to even get locked on to, you know what I'm saying?
Con.
But this Jeremiah 50 and 50 and 8, remove out of the midst of Babylon and go forth out of the land of Chaldea and be as the he goat before the flock, time to be leaders. For lo, I will rise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, right? Russia, China, and they shall set themselves in array against her, for thence she shall be taken. Thou arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man.
There you go.
None shall return in vain.
Con. Look.
None shall return in vain. Now tell me we ain't picking out and watching what Yahweh Shah put in this book.
Nah, you can't say it.
Hey, cuz.
Let me hit it.
No, 3 minutes.
$3
Did you hear me? Yeah.
Con.
Oh, no, go ahead. You can finish the video.
Okay, con.
The atmosphere like a normal cruise missile. The difference is in their speed. Instead of using a conventional jet engine like in the Tomahawk cruise missile, they use a scramjet engine, which only works above Mach 4. So they have to be initially boosted to that speed by a rocket. Then the scramjet takes over. This is where the hypersonic missiles have the upper hand, because they can use what's known as a compressed, fly at much lower but still hypersonic speeds of up to Mach 25 for the gliders, so they can get close to the target before being detected. This not only leaves very little time for the opponent to figure out their course, they can also fly under existing ABM systems, which are designed to look for and intercept ICBMs coming in high from space and on a predictable trajectory. Their hypersonic speed also makes them almost impossible to shoot down at low altitudes, and they can maneuver so their course can't be predicted. Hypersonic cruise missiles also have been touted as extremely potent anti-ship missiles, because even without a warhead, hitting an aircraft carrier at Mach 5 or above would cause a lot of damage. It might not sink the ship, but it would more than likely put it out of action. But there is a problem with hypersonic missiles which is affecting all the countries which are developing them. And it's caused by the very thing which gives them their advantage, namely their speed. Flying at hypersonic speeds in the atmosphere creates a tremendous amount of heat, which increases with speed. The SR-71 Blackbird spy plane flew at Mach 3.2 at 70,000 feet, where the air is only about 5% of the density as it is at sea level. And that caused the leading edges of the wings to heat up to 560 degrees Celsius. That's hot enough to melt some aluminium alloys. The warheads of ICBMs also travel at hypersonic speeds during the global descent stage, but only for a minute or two, and they use an ablative heat shield to protect them, much like a returning spacecraft. Hypersonic weapons, on the other hand, travel almost their entire journey, which could be thousands of kilometers, at Mach 5 and above. At sea level, where the air is at its densest, the maximum speed of these missiles is about Mach 7. The heat created at these speeds can cause the materials that the missiles are made out of to exceed 2,000 degrees Celsius. So they have to be made out of exotic composites. At these temperatures, the air starts to chemically react with the materials, causing them to break down. It's also hot enough to cause plasma to form around the vehicle, which can affect the GPS guidance systems and course direction commands sent to it from outside. This also affects the accuracy of the missile. At hypersonic speeds, variations in the wind, temperature, and other environmental factors are magnified, making it much more difficult to target something like a ship accurately compared to a normal subsonic cruise missile. Hypersonic weapons also place the leaders of the country being targeted in a very difficult position, because there is virtually no difference between a nuclear-armed missile and a conventionally armed missile when it comes barreling over the horizon at several kilometers per second. And with so little time to react, they might just order an all-out retaliation rather than wait to see how big the bang is, which is why they are seen as being so destabilizing. At the moment, there is virtually nothing that can stop them except the equally exotic directed energy weapons, which are even further down the pipeline than the hypersonic weapons themselves. But with upgraded space-based detection, it will be possible to track the hot missile bodies almost from their launch, which will give about the same amount of warning time as that for a normal ICBM. So it's unlikely to affect the balance of power for a while, because there is still no practical way to defend against a full-scale attack from dozens to hundreds of ICBMs. So even if Russia or China were to have hundreds of hypersonic missiles, the US still has at least 1,500 warheads that it could retaliate with. Now, the US has been seen as being in a bit of a catch-up situation on hypersonic weapons, with both China and Russia taking the lead, even though the US has been working on them for decades. The thinking in the US was that an ABM shield was a better approach, something which we can now see that can be sidestepped with hypersonic technology, which just illustrates the point that things don't stand still. What's a good idea today isn't necessarily going to be a good idea tomorrow, and you have to keep learning new skills and techniques. Which brings me Robin.
Good
See,
catch.
so the Lord is not playing, no games, you know. So with that being said, you know, hope this lesson was edifying, and shalom to the hopeful elect.
Shalom.